In a move to counter the upcoming federal carbon tax increase, Ontario Premier Doug Ford has announced the extension of the provincial gas tax cut through the end of 2024. The tax cut, which was initially set to expire on June 30, 2024, reduces the gasoline tax by 5.7 cents per litre and the diesel fuel tax by 5.3 cents per litre. The decision comes as the federal carbon tax is scheduled to rise by $15 per ton on April 1st, rising from $65 to $80 per ton. Concerns about higher costs for consumers at the pump.
Premiers across this country are misleading Canadians, are not telling the truth. 8 out of 10 families across the country in federal backstop jurisdictions make more money with the Canada carbon rebate than it costs with the price on pollution. So not only are we fighting climate change and reducing emissions, but we're putting more money back in the pockets of families, particularly in low and middle income families across the country.
Premier Ford has been vocal in his criticism of the carbon tax, arguing that it will increase living expenses for Ontarians and could have broader economic repercussions. At a March 25th press conference in Mississauga, Mr. Ford said, "1 week from today, on April 1st, the federal government will be raising its terrible carbon tax by a staggering 23%.
Friends, 1 week from today, on April the 1st, the federal government will be raising its terrible carbon tax by a staggering 23%. This increase is going to raise the price at the pumps by an additional 3 cents per liter of gas. Starting next week, the total cost of the federal carbon tax will be 17.6 cents per liter of gas, increasing everything that moves. This tax is costing hardworking people more money to drive to work or drop off the kids to hockey practice. It's going to increase the cost of everything. It's going to hurt every single person in Ontario."
He also called on the federal Liberals to immediately scrap next week's tax hike, saying that Ontarians going to the gas pumps will be gouged. Mr. Ford said, "Just think almost 17.5 cents of every liter that goes into your car is going to the federal government. It's a terrible tax. Everyone knows it." On the other hand, Mr. Trudeau recently took aim at opponents of the carbon tax, calling them short-term thinker politicians during a March 13th press conference in Calgary. He said his government would not be swayed by the Premier's arguments. Mr. Trudeau said, "My job is not to be popular, although it helps. My job is to do the right things for Canada now and do the right things for Canadians a generation from now. And that's what I've been focused on." The Ford government asserts that these measures will save Ontario households an average of $320 since their introduction 2.5 years ago, amounting to a total of $2.1 billion in savings. As the debate over carbon pricing continues, the Ontario government's stance reflects a commitment to providing immediate relief to residents while also challenging the federal approach to environmental policy. The extension of the gas tax cut is expected to play a significant role in the province's efforts to balance economic support for citizens with environmental considerations.